Okay. So the last thing you had done is, well, basically the only thing you've done so far, is you escaped from your cell, couldn't get out from this one-way door right here, but Fritjolf managed to sneak you down these hallways. Actually, I guess this is blacked out for you, so you can't really see what I'm pointing to. But you sort of swept around, and now you've come back to here, and you are now outside of the doors to all of these prisoners over here. And you have just taken out the 2 guards who stood outside it, while Fritjolf peeks at you from around the corner there. And at this point, he's gonna walk up and just be like, "Oh my god, you're a machine."
You're right, at least part of me is.
Okay, well, we should be able to do something about this now. And he kind of comes over to this door and hits a little Skyrim-esque lever off to the side, and the door just kind of opens.
Could we like check out these side rooms real quick, see if there's anything useful?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Behind door number 1.
Okay, so as you...
And the other one.
Oh shit. So as you step inside this room here, you see these 2 guys.
Oh shit.
They are unconscious, just sleeping.
And what's on the table?
There are a couple mugs of beer.
So I'm gonna grab
or
mugs
kind
of...
of empty-ish ones, but there's a little barrel in the corner where you could refill it if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a beer and then kind of quietly just leave the room. I don't want to fuck with these guys right now.
Okay. Alright, Fritjolf is gonna kind of step in here, and he's gonna come up to these guys and just investigate them real quick, see if he finds anything interesting on them.
Glug, 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 glug. Refill. Or...
Okay. He kind of points to the keyring on one of their belts, and then looks back at you and kind of shrugs, like, "What do you want me to do? Should we just leave him?"
Is it a different key than the keys you have? For Teal?
Doesn't look like it. Everybody's just got pretty much the same cell keys.
Yeah, we probably don't need it then.
Okay.
Unless you think you can, without causing arousal, snatch it real quick. Yeah, we can just leave it. We already have like, what, 5 sets of keys or something?
Yeah, we have a ton of keys. You've basically just been taking them so that they can't get out of the rooms you're locking them inside of.
Oh, touche. Shit. Yeah, alright, we can take him. We can take him for you.
Alright.
Lock these doors. We're just fucking everyone over.
Wow, yeah, so with a 19 and a 20, he easily lifts the door keys from both of these guys.
Nice.
And he's gonna step back in here, or back out rather, and you guys lock the door. Locking these guards inside the room.
At least I got some beer. Alright, so she chugs the rest of it. Can she hold on to the mug for now?
Yeah, sure. You chug that beer?
Yeah.
Put a little beer barrel in that room. Okay, go ahead and make me a Constitution save at advantage because it's your first beer, but you are chugging it.
Constitution save. Gotcha. So there's the first one.
12. Okay. It's I mean, you're a pro drinker. This isn't gonna hit you real hard, but you feel that comfortable, relaxing, you know, softening of the edges of your vision, you know.
Yeah.
And with that, you sort of grin to yourself as you guys peek into the next room here.
All smiles.
You You see some barrels, crates tucked off in a corner, as well as this guy who's just sleeping right there as well.
Man, these guards
it
are.
is the middle of the night, as Freyjof told you.
That's right. I'm gonna scan the room quickly and see if I can find anything of importance.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Oh god. Well. +2, not too bad. Oh god.
Okay. It's not super high. You do manage to find a small hole in the wall right over here.
A hole in the wall?
It's really not big. It's the size of maybe like a kid, or in your case, like a smaller girl. Although you're like freaky strong. So as you guys are kind of peering through the hole, Freyjof is gonna crawl inside and say, "Hey, there is something here."
Oh.
And he kind of crawls into this space and then gestures for you to come inside as well.
Alrighty. Squirm, squirm, squirm. Uh-oh. Everything's black.
Oh, he stepped like inside the wall here. One sec. Everything's gone dark. Alright. And this is where you discover a rope that leads you up to the second floor, should you decide to go that way.
Oh shit. Hey, Freyjof.
What?
Freyjof.
What?
Do we escape on this floor, or do we need to go to the second story?
Well, usually I would just go out the other way, but it seems they wisened up to that. He's referring to this that he showed you earlier, over here.
By the docks?
Yeah, this metal door that now blocks the docks so that prisoners can't escape through it.
That's probably smart.
Yeah. Like, alright, we've had enough of that. So he's like, we could try and find a way to the docks, but I don't really go upstairs very often. It's kind of our only way out right now, though.
And there's only prisoners to our left, west?
Yes. There's all these guys in here, your cell was up here, and you have just opened these doors, so now you can move through here freely.
Damn it. I guess we're going up the rope.
You want to go up the rope?
Yeah?
Alright.
You want to go first, kid?
That is going to put you... It's going to go dark for a second. It's going to put you... So you guys climb up the rope and you lift like a stone tile up above you.
Okay.
Where you come out
Rumble.
in this little office here. Freyjof says, "Oh, that's pretty handy. I need to keep in mind that that's there." And kind of slides the stone back over, and it sits in place, and just looks like part of the stone floor again.
You think we should mark it, or do you think you'll remember if we ever need to go back down?
He taps his head, and he's like, "I'm here all the time. I'm not about to forget this."
Okay, I believe you, Freyjof.
Yeah, looking at this like little thief urchin, it's pretty easy to believe that he gets arrested a lot.
Is the screen supposed to be back? Oh, wait, I found it.
Alright, all set?
Yes.
Okay. So you're looking through this door here. You guys each kind of take a peek, and you see this one guard who's just kind of patrolling this hallway here. Kind of comes over to the end of it this way, and then turns and starts making his way back this way. And he is just going to continue patrolling like that.
Well, Fritjolf, as I see it, we can either wait till he's at the end of the hall and try to sneak. Does that door go outside? Shit.
Does what door go outside?
Is this thingy right here a door? Can I ping things?
Yeah, just click and hold with the mouse selected. Is that a door? That is like kind of a stone slit, like an arrow slit.
Okay. Let's see. So, Fritjolf, we can either wait till the guard goes down to the end of the hall, sneak to our left and try to get through, or, as he turns around to leave, I can open the door and charge him and tackle him and proceed to beat him bloody.
Normally I would say let's try and sneak out, but I think we'll have a hard time. Well, maybe not. We might be able to do it.
Well, how fast are you at picking locks, Fritjolf?
Well, I'm pretty quick, but I don't know if I'm that quick.
We could try to enter stealth, and as soon as he leaves, maybe if we're quiet enough, you know, like Skyrim sneaky level where you just crouch and people can't see you. Maybe if we're quiet sneaky, as soon as he gets like 5 feet away, you can make a dash to the door and try to open up the thing, and I'll stand guard. And if it looks like there won't be enough time, then I'll just fucking sprint and go at the guy. But hopefully you can get it done quicker than that.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Alright, so should we both enter stealth then, or should I just not?
Yeah, so both of you guys go ahead and enter stealth. Okay.
I don't know if 12 will be enough, but...
Well, he'll go first, so this guy kind of steps away here. Fritjolf is gonna sneak out over here. He's gonna move to there. And Fritjolf is going to attempt to pick this lock. That's a lock, though. This would be pretty easy. So with a click, Fritjolf manages to open this door. And kind of waves you on through. This guard's gonna move here.
I should probably run to him, huh? Not run, but make my way to Fritjolf.
Yeah, make your way to Fritjolf there. This guard reaches the end of the hallway over here.
Go, 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 go.
And the two of you guys are going to step right into this next room.
Hopefully there's no guards.
Before he comes back. Boom, so y'all step into this next room. 1 second.
Shit.
As you do so, there's a voice over here from the end of the hallway that sort of coughs. It's like, excuse me, are you lost? And he's kind of coming closer. These guys are going to kind of continue patrolling this way. And as this guy gets closer, he is going to see Fritjolf, who's very clearly a dirty little street rat.
Yeah.
And see you, who, like, with none of your possessions, you're pretty much looking like a prisoner. They confiscated all your stuff.
Yeah.
And he's gonna say, well, look what we've got here. Trying to escape, are you? And he's gonna draw his hand axe. Go ahead and roll me initiative. Actually, wait, what am I rolling dice for?
Two idiots.
Okay, nice. Came out on top.
Yeah.
Alrighty. With that, Fritjolf is gonna kind of step back, like, oh shit. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, and you said one of the guards was starting to draw his weapon?
Yeah, both the guards kind of drew their hand axes as this guy here was the one that first drew his hand axe, and as this guy's patrolling, he sees this other guy draw his weapon, so he's coming around the corner with him. But you're
Okay,
up first.
so They already have their weapons out then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, do I still have my cup?
Your cup? Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's
So I don't
it's
know.
like a wooden mug, and it's got like the metal ringlets around it, you know, to hold it all together.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this would count. I guess. Oh shit! Because I was thinking I could throw the cup at one to distract it, and then move towards the other guard and strike.
Uh, yeah, you could throw the cup at the other, but that would be like an attack. Or what are you trying to do exactly?
Kind of that. Well, I guess I'd have to use fisticuffs to get. No, I get 2 attacks. So I was thinking throwing the cup could be an attack, and then I could move to.
Throwing the cup would be fisticuffs, because anything that's an improvised weapon, including the environment or just things you pick up, will count as fisticuffs.
Okay.
Because that's your whole thing.
Yeah. Nice. Improvise. Okay. So I was thinking with the fisticuffs, throwing one cup could be an attack, and I'd hit one guard, try to hit him in the face with the cup, just as a distraction also. And then the second guard, I would use my extra attack on to hit him.
Okay.
And then use a bonus action to try to grapple the.
Grapple the first one?
Maybe that, or I guess I could use a moxie and do the 1-2 and just continue to beat that other guard.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw the cup at 1, extra attack the second, and then use the bonus action and spend. Is it a moxie to grapple, or is that just?
Nope, it is not. Not if you use fisticuffs. If you're just grappling by itself, that is a free action.
Okay, so what? So then, could I grapple him and then spend the moxie to like shove him into the like wall or something in attempts to like hurt him or stun him or something?
Yeah, sure. If you want to try and grapple and then shove, you couldn't grapple and attack, but you can grapple and shove if you burn a moxie. It's one of your abilities.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, so the first thing you do is you're going to throw your cup at this guy. Go ahead and roll fisticuffs, your first one.
Ew.
So you wait, actually that just misses. So it just kind of comes and like dings off his helmet, you know.
Yeah.
And falls on the ground. You do get another attack though. It's enough that he kind of like jerks his head back as it pings off his helmet. Okay, so then you run up to this next guy up here and you attack this one. 27 will definitely hit. So you make an attack against him. That's your extra attack. Okay. And you want to try and grapple and shove this one?
Yeah, whomever I guess is closest to me that I can push into a wall.
Okay. Are you trying to attack him, or are you trying to like shove him down or back?
Well, I was thinking.
Because if you're trying to bash him into the wall, that's technically an attack, but you can.
Well, then I'll just throw him on the ground.
Okay, alright. So go ahead and make a grapple check. You will attempt to resist it. and very likely fail.
Okay, that wouldn't be one of my shortcut buttons, would it?
Yes, it's the grapple shove button, or it may still say grapple check for you.
Grapple shove.
Okay, you got a natural 20.
Nice.
So you grappled the shit out of this guy. Go ahead and make your shove attack, which actually is another grapple check. Okay. Let's see if he... Yeah, no. He goes to the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Nice.
He is now prone. Okay, so you've used your action, your extra attack, and your bonus action. and a very small amount of movement. You can move this guy if you like. You're still grappling him, so you'll be dragging him anywhere you go.
Can I drag him to Fritjolf and Fritjolf can like stab him or something?
Fritjolf doesn't have any weapons on him.
Oh damn, that's right. Yeah, I'll just drag him away, I guess, with whatever movement I have.
Okay, keep in mind that dragging him away from this dude will prompt an attack of opportunity from him.
Oh shit.
If Fritjolf was like standing here, say you have an ally standing here, like close to you guys, and they had a weapon, if you were to drag him away from your ally, it would prompt an attack of opportunity, which is really cool.
Nice.
It's like the big thing about grappling is you can just get everybody an attack on this dude.
Shit. Maybe I shouldn't move them, huh?
In this case, it's not preferable, but as long as you're grappling this guy and he is prone, he is unable to stand back up, because grappling sets your movement to 0, so he is stuck on the ground until you say otherwise.
Okay, let's keep it like that.
Alright. For the time that he's on the ground, you have advantage on all attacks against him, as long as they're melee.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So next up is gonna be City Guard, who's still on his feet. He is going to try and attack you and miss pretty miserably, smashing his hand axe against the stone and chipping it there. His buddy here, who is stuck on the ground, is going to try and swing at you with his hand axe, but you just kind of brush it away with your metallic arm. Just parry it. Go ahead and re-roll initiative. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. Damn, both these guys got good rolls. Damn, you got a good roll too.
Yep.
Okay. Since you're dexterity, what's your dex?
Just regular. Oh wait, the number or the?
Yeah, what's your modifier for dex?
+2.
+2. Okay, you guys are the same, but since you're a player, I will let you go first. You have the alert feat after all. So you're up first. What would you like to do?
Well, since this guy's on the floor, I'm just gonna keep attacking him.
Okay.
So you attack with the extra attack, and then since I should get used to my moxie, do the old one too and attack him 2 more times.
So you're just gonna ground and pound this guy.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and hit your first fisticuffs. Oh my god. Oh wait, but that does not hit. So you go to swing and he just kind of like dodges to one side and your fist kind of hits the ground. Go ahead and roll another. Actually, no, it's at advantage because he's prone. So roll your first fisticuffs again.
Wow.
Will that do it? Yes, that will do it. He's gonna. So this guy's on the ground. He manages to kind of swipe away a little bit, but then as he's coming back, you manage to catch him with another one, and he is out like a sack of potatoes. He is unconscious.
Wow.
You still have an extra attack and your bonus actions.
Well, I guess I'll attack the other guy.
Okay, so turning to face the other guy, you are going to attack him, so go ahead and roll your fisticuffs with no modifier. Roll a perception check here. Nope, he does not hear a thing. He's going to continue just walking around here. Okay, 2 damage. So you catch this guy just on the edge of his cheek and it kind of clips him a little bit. God damn it. There we go. Okay, that is your extra attack. You still have a bonus action to do whatever you like with.
I'll just use the regular bonus attack
Okay, go ahead and hit your fisticuffs.
for now.
Nice. Oh man.
Boom.
Okay. So here's what happens. You're not trying to like kill this guy, right?
Uh-oh.
But as you throw your metal arm, you feel like kind of a crunch of bone, and as your hand comes away, you see the front of this guy's face has actually been knocked inward. His teeth are broken, and his nose is just it's smashed too flat to be gushing blood, you know.
Oh man.
But you have just completely fucked this guy up.
Hey, Jason.
He is unconscious and will probably need medical attention.
Well,
that's just what happens when you
lay on the
punch
floor.
people with a metal object.
Yeah, right.
You hit them critically. Okay, so he's down. At this time, you have just a little bit of time. You hear the kind of distant like clap, clap, clap of this guard's greaves as he starts to move down this hallway this way. In a flurry, you manage to knock both these guys out. Do you want to try and do anything before this guy comes around the corner?
Is he making like a full circle? Do I know that?
You do not know that.
Well, can I just like kind of again drag both bodies a little bit out of sight?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Just away from the corner, and then we can just run.
Okay. So yeah.
I don't know if I'll have enough time to drag him into another room and just throw him in, you know. Oh wait. Yes. No wait. Yes. I'm just gonna drag him.
You drag both of these guys kind of around the corner here. Here, I'll actually move them both back into this layer. All right. Yeah. So you're dragging these guys this way.
Yeah.
Or which way are you dragging them?
No, you were right. That the way you were going.
Okay, this way?
Clockwise, yeah.
Okay. Where did you want to move exactly? Go ahead and just like move yourself there.
Well, since I was thinking we could go this direction.
Into
the
corner?
To like, yeah, sneak away around this way.
Okay. So you're
But
dragging him that way.
I don't know if we could put him in here or something.
Alright. If you're moving him that far, he will probably get to about here or so.
Oh, shit.
Because you move at half excuse me, you move at half speed when you're dragging somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's not going far. He's going about, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You best hurry up, huh?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And this dude over here is gonna just kind of continue his trouble, not seeing anything yet. Okay. So you guys are moving up, trying to get into this room here. Freydolf is gonna frantically try and pick these locks. You kind of got your back to this corner over here, and as this guy's coming around the corner, he kind of pauses, looking at this corner and gazing at it. He sees there's like some blood on the wall right here, and then looking down on the ground, there's just like some broken teeth kind of scattered about. And he's like looking around, but he doesn't really see anything.
He's so confused.
And he looks this way, and the guard that was there is no longer there. And he sort of peeks this way, and you see him kind of looking, and you quickly like turn around the corner so he doesn't see you, and he doesn't see anything this way. And you hear him kind of call out like, "Hey, anybody around here?" And with that, he kind of disappears back around the corner, but you hear a door open as he kind of peeks inside here. Freydolf, there's a sort of click as he's working on this door, and he manages to open it up. Looking through the bars, you can see there's nobody in there. It's an empty room. So do you guys want to move in there real quick?
Yep, and drag the bodies with me.
Alright, so you guys drag these guys in here. The guy with the broken nose is like unconscious, but he's just kind of groaning. Cool, so you guys are in here. You can hear this guy is kind of looking around now. What do y'all want to do?
Oh, shite. Do we know what's in what this middle room is? With the blue carpety stuff?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And let's see. This looks like a kitchen area. But not that we know that. Well, we could wait for him to open the door and then surprise attack him. But I don't know if we can be sneaky enough to just bypass all this. I'm gonna say we should... Oh, fuck. Is he moving this way?
He's gonna start moving that way, yeah. In fact, he's going to make an investigation check real quick. Okay, yeah. So he doesn't know what's what, but as he comes around the corner down here, I guess is where about you'd first see him. You can see he's following a few drops of blood here and there. And he is coming this way.
Just gonna wait for a surprise attack.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd be able to use the Ruthless Ambusher?
Maybe, yeah. So Fritjof kind of has his... He's gonna actually... No, he's gonna duck over here. And you've got your back to the wall here. And this guy is like coming this way. And looking through the bars, he can see these two guys unconscious. And he's like, what the... And he's gonna open the door and step inside here. And if you want to jump him, now would be the time to do so.
Oh yeah, we're about to jump him.
Alright.
No, let's get hit him.
Alright, so you're just gonna unload on this dude?
Yup.
Alright, hit your buttons.
Biff, 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 biff. Fisticuffs.
Oh my god.
That's just the first one. And that's the second one. And then I guess I attacked, used the extra attack, and then I'm just gonna do one normal attack and see what he's like at this point in time. Again, I don't want to kill him, but...
Alright, well you critted on your damage, not your attack, so...
Is he missing a face too?
So, attack, and then an extra attack. Okay, so this is one of those cases where you knock this guy up against the wall, and as you're going to town on him, you don't quite realize it yet, but he was done from your first attack, and you're just continuing to like pound this guy into the wall, and he is just gonna like... He kind of just like takes it, and then just like his legs just crumple out from underneath him, and he is down for the count against this wall. Fritjof is just like looking down on these three guys, just like...
Poor kid, I hope he's not scarred from this.
He's certainly never seen anybody take out the city guard like this before. Like, this
Well,
is
if I
a
could
fucking
not
city guard.
Right.
He is going to pick the keys off of these guys and step back through this door and go ahead and relock it, locking them inside.
Yeah. We make a good team, Fritjof. I do everything, and you open doors.
Yeah. Well, I do what I do. But yeah, we do make a pretty good team.
Hopefully you've learned something from watching me, so you can kind of maybe not get caught so many times.
I've learned never to get caught by you.
Touche. Right? Like, he's such a good thief. Why do you get caught all the time? Like, are you always breaking into houses or something? Or, like, how do you get caught?
I mean, you don't get caught every time, but the more you steal, the greater your chances are of getting caught. I mean, this is a living. It's just like, yeah, I'm pretty good at it, but I get busted every now and then.
Alright. Well, if you ever need me to break you out of jail.
Yeah. Well, I've got plenty of these now, and he shows you all the keys you guys have collected.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've been in the taverns enough to be a little roguish. And he kind of holds up one of the cell keys, and he's like, "This is a really old tower. They can't just constantly replace all of these locks. Do you have any idea how much these keys are worth on the black market?"
I'm pretty sure someone told me once, but I was about 6 beers in, so I don't remember.
You know what? That's okay, lady. Just leave the keys to me. I'll open doors for you.
They're worth a lot, though, I take it?
They're worth a pretty penny, yeah. Gets you out of a place like this.
Alright. Well, keep the keys.
Alright, and he kind of pockets his...
Or can I have one to make into a necklace or something?
Yeah, sure. He gives you one of the keys.
Nice. Thank you for
it's a cell key. It's one of the cell keys that got you out. Figured that's the one you'd want.
Hey, meaningful.
Hey.
You're pretty thoughtful, Fritjolf.
He's a grubby little street rat for sure, but for a moment, just a moment, he gets that bashful look and he's like, oh, kind of digging into the ground with his toe.
It shows his age. It's cute. I almost want to adopt him.
You guys already have an orphan living with you guys. I just want to put that out there.
Maybe she needs a sibling.
Maybe so. You guys can do whatever you want to do.
Older, younger brother to help teach you the ways of swindling people from their money.
Yeah. So as you get to this door here, you kind of peek inside as you pass it, and you see pretty much what you expected to see. A bunch of cooks seem to be doing their thing, working. There's various tables and workstations, and everyone's kind of busy preparing food and doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think we should just continue forward.
Okay.
None of them need to get hurt.
Well, that's generous of you. Alright.
Well, it would benefit me to...
True, yeah, true. So you guys are kind of walking through. Make me a perception check.
Perception. Oh god, my wisdom's not too great. Oh wow. That was bad.
Okay.
I don't notice anything.
No biggie. So you guys are walking along here. As you pass this door here, you peek inside, same thing. You're looking through and you just see a couple of sweet old ladies they appear to just be like washing dishes, cleaning plates and bowls and whatnot.
Yep, just gonna keep moving.
You step forward and there's a kind of a blur of movement at the corner of your eye as one of these two guards who are standing out here kind of is looking through the door at you here, and he's gonna step through here and be like, are you lost? What are you doing here? And he's gonna kind of approach you here.
Oh yes, where am I?
He kind of looks down this way, and he looks over this way.
I have a message for Henry. I can't find Henry. Where is he?
A message for Henry?
Yes.
Well, he's right over here. And with that, he turns,
Oh
and he's gonna come right through this door and talk to this guard here.
Oh wow.
And then together, both of these guys are gonna come right on back.
Shit.
And this guy says, hey, where are the other guys? And the first guy says to the other, I don't know, I'm sure they're being dicks around the corner. And so then the second guy addresses you again. He says, I heard you had a message for me?
Yes, I do. Your mother has fallen ill with maybe the flu, and I was told that she wants you to come and visit her. She's been calling your name. I don't know how much time she has. I think you better go. You better go check on your mother.
Roll me a deception check.
Deception. I feel like if I intimidated them, I'd have way more success.
For that sly wordplay there.
Uh-oh, hold on. Deception. God damn it, the gods are not good to me.
And so this guard, the second guard that you were addressing says, My mother died when I was a boy. Are you sure you've got the right Henry?
Is your last name MacArthur?
No, my last name is actually Allrod. I don't think we have a Henry MacArthur here.
Wait, is this the West Tower, right? The West Guard?
The West Tower, and both the guards kind of look at each other. Because make me a deception check.
I really should just intimidate them, but whatever. I don't think that would work because it's their job to be here. God damn it!
What did you roll?
8.
Alright, 1 second.
I probably should just give up and beat them. I seem to be good at that. I'm gonna grab a little bit more coffee.
Yeah, all good.
Oh god, old. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Alright. So the two guards look at each other and they're like, the West Tower? There's only one tower, the North Watchtower. And they're gonna kind of give you a look over.
Of course.
And you've got kind of that ratty prisoner look, and they see Fridtjof kind of ducking behind you here. And they say, wait a minute. And they're like, let me get a closer look at that boy there. And the guard's gonna step forward.
Can I just like interject right now and just try to grab him by the throat and attack him?
Yeah, if you want.
I mean, the gig's probably gonna be up. Oh, maybe I should just see how this plays though.
If you want to jump them right now, they're not expecting it, and you would get to use your reckless ambush or ruthless ambusher feat.
Yeah, let's do that, because I have a feeling if the other guards recognize Fritjolf, then everyone's gonna recognize Fritjolf.
Well, he's got like his kind of hood pulled low, and he's ducking behind you there. But okay, so you want to grapple this guy first?
I mean, I can attack him.
Yeah, you can just deck him if you want.
Yep, I'm going to attack the guard closest to me, and then do the extra attack to attack the same guard again. And then I'm going from there to try to grapple the second guard. That's by Fritjolf.
Okay, so you're gonna attack this guy twice and then grapple this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit your buttons.
Wait, what does Ruthless Ambusher do?
Ruthless Ambusher. Here, I will post it for you.
Because all I know is you can do if it's surprise and it's +1 bonus action or something. And then I wrote kill next +2 to hit, and I don't know what that note means to myself.
Okay, here. Let me post it for you. In this case, knocking someone unconscious would count as killing a creature.
Okay, so I essentially so I do get a bonus or another bonus action.
If you take out somebody, yeah, you get an additional bonus action, and if you take out somebody in during this surprise round, then your next attack to whoever else you target has a +2 to hit.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's attack the first guy.
Okay. It is always at advantage during the surprise round because they're surprised. Is that right? No, you just go clean.
Sorry, that was supposed to be my first fisticuffs and then the second attack.
Gotcha. Okay. So with the first one, you kind of clip this guy. You know, you throw a jab and you kind of clip him, and it's a pretty hefty blow. But then the second attack, which deals a whopping 10 damage, you just catch him in an uppercut that is going to knock him well off the floor. This guy is out of town.
Nice.
And that uppercut is going to knock him back this way because you just critted that dude. Okay. And then turning on this guy here, that was your attack and your extra attack?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to grapple this guy. So since he did get knocked out, maybe I should just attack him because it does +2, right?
Mm-hmm. Your next attack on this guy would get a +2.
Okay.
If you attack him.
So I did 2 normal attacks. I'll use the bonus action to attack him normally. And then...
Okay. So that'll clip him for 2 damage.
For +2, so 4 maybe?
It's +2 to hit. So if your attack roll had been like a 10, it would have counted as a 12 instead.
I see. Cool.
Yeah, it helps your accuracy. But he's still standing. He's kind of pissed off now. You could burn a Moxie to do an extra attack as your old one too.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, go ahead and make another attack. Alright, that is going to just miss this guy. It just kind of pounds into his armor. Let me get this right. Your first attack was 6 damage. Your extra attack was 2 damage. And then you get a bonus action that deals 2 damage, right? And then you burnt a Moxie and dealt an additional 2 damage.
Yes.
Because your old one too is 2 bonus actions, so that's a total of 4 attacks. So this last one, the 16 that does 3 damage, is like just an extra attack. That doesn't...
Okay. Well then, oops.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So you clipped them again. 6, crit. Okay, 2 and 2. Okay, yeah. So for another 2. God damn it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this guy is very alarmed now. He is going to start struggling against you and pull his hand axe. Actually, that was the surprise round, so let's roll initiative before anything else happens.
Yeah.
Nice, okay.
Can't always be a winner.
True that, true that. This guy critted his initiative too.
I guess that makes sense though, realistically. He's like, what the fuck?
Okay. So, he is going to draw his hand axe and try and swipe at you with it. Dealing 4 damage to you. That will recover one of your Moxie. For the sake of this, we'll say you're good. We'll say you're always at full just because I want you to learn how to use your abilities during this tutorial.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, and you are up. Just kind of swings at you, slashing with the hand axe, and you kind of dodge back out of the way.
I really wish this would be a good, like, Eodon move where, you know, if I swat his hand out of the way, I could just grab his hand and, like, push him into the ground.
Yeah. I mean...
I'd have to attack them.
If you're trying to just, like, bash him into the ground without giving him the prone condition, that would count as an attack. It's just if you're trying to give them the prone condition that will say knocking them into the ground requires a shove.
Okay. I'm just gonna attack him normally.
Okay. Whew, alright. That is just one of those like solid clocks that just completely connects the way it's supposed to. Definitely a knockout blow. This guy's done.
Nice. Didn't even have to use my extra attack.
Yeah, that was all this guy needed.
Sorry, Henry.
So Henry and this other Henry Allgard, I think his name was, and this other unnamed guard, David.
I do know where I am now, though.
Yeah.
The North something tower.
The North Watchtower. You would have known you're in the North Watchtower. You just had a nervous moment and you blurted out the West Watchtower, and they were like, "Wait, that's not right."
Yeah.
But yeah, you've spent enough time here in Port Hildian to know you're in the stockade. So these two guards are unconscious right now. There are 3 rooms here that you have not yet entered. This one up here, and these 2.
Well, I'm thinking I should drag these guards into a room somewhere so that these poor maids and cooks don't freak the fuck out when they see bodies just crumpled on the floor. So let's drag him to a room I've not been to. I would say let's drag him in here because it's closest.
Okay. So you are... And these 2 tokens. Alright, so these guys, you are going to begin.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Rachel, why don't you ever help me with this part?
I'm a skinny little kid.
I'm a skinny little girl.
Like, he flexes his bicep and there's just like nothing there, you know? So Fritjolf goes to kind of to pick the lock on this door, and he says, "Wait, it's already open." And he pushes the door open. Here, I guess he wouldn't step inside, but he pushes the door open, where there are 2 surprised butchers that are working on just like cleaning chickens and preparing meat for the food.
Uh-oh.
And he kind of pauses
Shut the door, shut the door.
just in the doorway, and you kind of turn looking at him like, what? You don't quite see what he's looking at, but you hear him say, "Sorry, wrong room," and he just closes the door again. And then turning to you, he says, "There's 2 people in there. They're not guards."
Oh, let's get the fuck out.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna... Wait, does the door swing outward or push inward?
The door swings outward.
Alright, I'm just gonna drag the bodies in front of the door and leave them there, and we can...
Just like block the door with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they might be able to get out still, they just need to push the bodies out of the way. It's a hindrance, you know?
Alright.
By time, without having to hurt them or kill them, or lock them in.
You just pile these 2 guys, like, one atop the other?
Yeah, or like have both their backs resting to the door or something.
Okay.
One on the that's good.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of prop them up against the door this way.
Too bad I don't have that beer mug anymore. I'd just lay it down there and make it seem like they were drunk until they saw the blood.
I mean, it's just sitting on the floor back there, next to the broken teeth.
Right, I didn't take care of any of the evidence.
you can just go pick it back up if you want it.
If Fritjolf is faster, I'm just gonna have him do that.
Alright.
While I go towards one of these doors that I've never been to.
Okay, so you guys are both gonna start heading down this hallway, and you're like, hey, do me a solid, go pick that up. So he comes down here and picks up your tankard, your little wooden tankard. Which door would you like to enter?
I guess this one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
You step inside here. You see a couple of statues of some warriors. There's a couple plaques. They appear to be like bygone guards that were important. There's some art on the wall. That it seems to just be a small room, sort of celebrating, the history and some of the heroes that were in the city guard. There's a couple memorials for the fallen and so on.
Try to investigate the room to see if there's like any hidden levers or things of that nature. Like a secret passageway?
A secret passageway hidden in this room? How are you looking? What are you doing? Just like
I was thinking inspecting the statues, maybe see if anything moved, and maybe like looking at the floor and trying to like kick it to see if maybe there's something, maybe it's just like a cover or something, or I don't know. Yeah. Maybe statues though, for sure, like touch one or something, see if the spear moves or whatever.
Okay, you are kind of looking around. There doesn't seem to be any kind of hidden pathways in this room. It looks very well cleaned and kept. Somebody probably takes care of this room pretty often.
Yeah.
Very meticulously clean, but that's about it.
Okay, well I guess I'm gonna leave then.
Okay.
What are you doing? Why isn't the mug by those guards?
I'm just waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Well,
he hands you your tankard.
Smart ass.
He didn't do anything wrong. He followed your instructions.
That's true. Fritjolf, check out this room over here while I go put this tankard over here, like you were supposed to do.
You want him to put the tankard by those guards up there?
Yeah, to make it look like they were drunk if somebody like casually just like looks.
You critted on that uppercut, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, there's probably blood on the floor, like in this area.
You're right, I'll just keep it. Whatever.
As well as this one. I mean, you're critting like a beast. That's a pretty serious. Like, you gotta understand like how much damage you're actually dealing. If you're looking at getting hit with an arrow.
Somebody's face?
Huh?
Like taking a hammer to somebody's face?
Yeah, like you are fucking people up. Like say a longsword, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you one-hand a longsword, that deals 1d8 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think of like how bad it would fuck up a regular person to get slashed with a longsword.
Yeah.
You are doing the equivalent of that sort of trauma with bludgeoning strikes.
Oh damn, I am It Man.
Yeah, so you are like, you're hurting these people pretty seriously. I want you to understand that. You're like a monster when it comes to like these punches.
Damn. Well, I'm not dead yet.
So far you have taken out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 city guards by yourself.
Oh shit.
Without resting.
Oh man. Hey team, need a grappling DPS person? Right, I feel like an interesting like alternate universe for her is like if she joined a mercenary group after like the whole shit went down because she was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm good at fighting. And it was like one of those like anime stories or stories where it's like, uh-oh, they sent this person after you, like you're fucked.
I mean, that could very well be something that happened before you joined the King's Army. Because you were a person, you did grow up somewhere.
That's true. Some mother gave birth to me.
But yeah, you can always write like how you want your backstory to be, and if you want to do something like that, then I can say, okay, maybe you run into like this old rival that you used to have in this mercenary camp all these years ago, or you know, something like that.
Okay.
If you write it, I will make it.
Cool.
Okay. So Frit y'all kind of peeks inside here, and it appears to be like a little faith room to the three. These are fairly uncommon worship of the three this far south, but you are familiar with it. Basically, there are three deities that are worshipped in the north, in the kingdom that you're from, and this is just a small shrine. You do see a bowl where people seem to have dumped a bunch of coins, I guess, as offerings, where they like make their wishes or something like that. Fritjolf is gonna kind of come up here and just grab a handful of these wishing well coins, you know, and just stuff them in his pocket.
Stealing from the gods?
He sort of shrugs. He says, "You think they really care what I do?"
Oh, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That just makes me feel a little weird.
He kind of picks up the bowl and just like dumps the whole bowl into his pocket. And then as he's stepping away, there's a heavy like, you know, as the change is kind of shaking in his pocket, and he grimaces and just like dumps about half of it back. And he's able to move a little quieter now, so he kind of comes back with you.
All right, let's move forward. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go give my wooden little cup as an offering to the gods, because that's about all I have. So.
Okay, so you come back here and retrieve the wooden tankard that you had set up as a prop.
I know.
And then
so much running around. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. You return here, put down a tankard to the gods, and do you say anything, or you just leave it?
I'm gonna say, may your cup never be empty.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they get that.
And the tankard just kind of sits there.
Yep. If I had money for y'all, I would put money in it, but.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do in here?
Nah. Doesn't look like there's. Yeah, anything.
Okay. Go ahead and take an inspiration. You've done pretty well with the RP so far. The way inspiration works in my game is rather than giving you advantage on a roll, it is a flat D10. So you just add a D10 to whatever it is you're doing. You can have up to 3 of them, and they go across the sessions. So if you don't end up using it this game, you may be able to use it, you know, in the next game or the next game.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Cool, yeah, so just make note, you've got 1 inspiration.
Woohoo!
Alright. So that still leaves these 2 doors.
Which, oh man, guy, I just want to get out of this damn tower. I'm just kidding. But probably feeling that way, like, we're okay, all these damn doors. Let's go here. Yeah.
Right there? Okay. Cool. So you guys... You guys step through... God damn it. Whoop. Step through this door here. And there is a pair of heavy double doors right here.
Let's see. I feel like... Oh, there's stairs going down and up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we came from the downstairs. I know that. Let's see. Fritjolf, what door do you think we should take?
As Fritjolf is kind of looking around, he's like, I think I recognize this area. He says, I think we're near reception. And he kind of points this way, and he's like, I'm pretty sure they took my stuff this way after they brought me through here.
Let's go check it out.
Okay, so the two of you guys step through these heavy double doors and see inside this room this guy.
Oh shit.
Who just kind of holds your hand up, or holds his hand up. He's like, how did you get in here? I don't remember letting anybody by.
Look, dude, I'm telling you now, I've just crippled 14 of your friends, so get the fuck out of my way before I do the same thing to you.
With that, he draws his hand axe.
Damn it.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead and make me an intimidation check first.
Okay. And that's off of... I have, proficiency in that, and my charisma is normally +2, so what would that be?
+5.
Okay. Damn it! Why am I getting so low? Ah!
And with that, he draws his hand axe. And he's like, that makes sense.
Shit.
An escapee. I'm surprised you've got this far. Roll up initiative.
Thank you for listening, guy. I just told you.
Oh, this guy. Rolled a nat 1. Oh my god. Okay. You're up first.
Right, so... I'm gonna move to this guy. And, can I, like, use a kick as a fisticuffs? Does that count?
Yes, ma'am. Any unarmed strike or use of environment or improvised weapons count as fisticuffs.
So rather than, like, walking to him, I'm just gonna fucking dash at him, run at him, and try to throw a knee into, like, his stomach or something as a first hit. And then as a second attack, I'm gonna try to, like, clock him in the face with my elbow or forearm or something. Elbow, like, on the move down, or the descent down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it up. Go ahead and roll it up. Roll.
First.
There we go.
Second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's see. 25 and 18. Yep. Okay. So you just tell this guy, look, I just beat 14 of your buddies. You've got like the raw chewed up knuckles on your left hand, you know, that you would get after, you know, taking out 14 humans.
Yeah.
And then the blood.
On, you know, yeah,
the blood and like bits of skin and broken teeth on your like metal hand on your right. And this guy's just like, nah, I'm not fucking listening to that. And he draws his hand axe. You fly forward, kneeing him in the stomach. It knocks him into this wall here. And then you just immediately follow up with an elbow that just snaps his head sideways into the wall there. And he just goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Oh god. What'd she get for not listening?
You tried to warn him.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so you guys get to this door. It's kind of like the grand, like front door, and you're kind of peeking out, and you see facing away from you here, these guys.
Oh my.
And they are all just looking this way.
Alright, hold on. Pause for 1 second. I need to use the restroom.
Alright.
Sorry. I'm on like my 4th cup of coffee, so yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Not whatever.
Come again?
Oh, I'm just saying, probably not the healthiest, but whatever.
Oh man, I drink coffee like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you. Okay, so you guys are looking out the front way, and Fridtjof says, I don't think we should go out that way. There's archers on top too, and I think they'll shoot us if we try and step out.
Oh man, yeah, I think you're right.
You do have this unconscious dude right here, and as y'all peek through this doorway here, you're able to see there's another city guard sitting at this desk here, and it just looks like he's, you know, working on, he's digging through books, looks like accounting or something.
Well, are weapons in here, do you think, Fritjof? Or where did you say they were?
I don't know exactly where they are. I just know they took it in that direction.
Wonder. Should we continue this way?
I really wouldn't mind getting my stuff back. You didn't have that many possessions, but there is a tinkerer's, your set of tools.
That's true. Yeah, let's go get that
from you.
Let's go get our stuff. Yeah.
Alright, and so you guys kind of head over here, and Fritjof is just kind of pause and say, well, what should we do about this one?
Well, what I had been doing is dragging them into rooms. But let's see. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to move her. Maybe we'll just leave him here. I don't really drag him right. So.
You're just gonna leave him there?
I mean, what am I supposed to do with him?
You drag him somewhere.
Alright, well, let's see. Just drag him back over here, I guess. Behind those.
So you drag this guy, and you just deposit him against this wall over here?
Yeah, I'm just save him for later.
Okay.
Why? Is someone gonna find him over there too? It's kind of its own hallway, though. I mean, eventually, any of them might be found. It's just if they will come through this front door, they won't initially see a crumpled guard again, and neither will this guy.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't matter because we're gonna go cripple him too.
Okie dokie. So, what are you guys gonna do about this thing here?
Oh man.
You could try and just charge this guy to catch him unawares, and that would make use of your ruthless ambusher feat.
Like break down the door and just boom, barrel through.
Let me see, how far are you from this guy? Yeah, he's within your range, so you could just dash through the door and pounce over the table and take this guy out if you want.
Are there 2 doors into this room?
Yes, there are 2 doors into this room.
Well, could Fritjof maybe open like this door to divert the dude's attention that way, and then I can charge through these doors? And yeah, like you said, leap over and clock him in the face.
Okay, sure thing. Let me look something up real quick, because I'm pretty sure attacks against surprised enemies are at advantage. Yes, that's right, because the alert feat makes it so enemies don't get advantage against you for being surprised. So when you surprise somebody, when you're using your ruthless ambusher feat, all attacks that you make are at advantage.
Oh, nice. For that turn, for that surprise phase, right?
Yeah, as long as they are surprised, all attacks are at advantage.
Nice.
All right, so you, he kind of gives you a nod like he's ready.
All right. 1, 2, go.
All right, Fritjolf opens this door, steps inside, and loudly goes like, and this guy, like looks up and looks over at Fritjolf here. Just as there's a crash as you come darting through the door here. And what are you going to do?
I'm going to run, sprint, jump, like over/on the desk. Let's think. What would be a good move for that? Probably try to kick him in the face for the first one to like knock him back out of his chair or something. Or wait, is he standing or is he sitting?
He's seated.
Right?
Seated.
He's seated.
Sitting.
I guess I'll just run, jump on the desk, and like kick him in the face. And then either stomp and kick him again or attack with my fist or something. I don't know yet.
Okay. So you kind of run over here and parkour your way over this desk. Go ahead and make your first fisticuffs attack. That is a critical miss. Yes, it is. And then you roll a nat 1. So as you're coming over this table, you sort of lose your balance and swing past this guy, falling prone on the floor on the other side here.
Oh, damn it. Had to be offhand.
But you're on the ground right next to him, so you can still attack him. You're just prone.
Well, can I try to leg sweep him or something since I'm...
Yeah, you can still attack him from the prone position.
Okay. Leg sweep.
Okay. That will definitely hit. That is 5 damage. Are you trying to trip him or just attack him?
Well, I was thinking maybe trip him, like kick him around the ankles, you know, or something like that. Like sweep my leg to try to like knock him off balance.
Okay. That would actually be a grapple shove check then.
Hit! Well, fine. Kick him in the... What can I reach from there? The chair? Am I kicking the chair?
You're kicking his leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So just hit your grapple shove button. That's all you have to do. Because you're trying to trip him, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you missed your first attack. You still have. Let me see what he's got for. Yeah. So he falls to the ground prone as well. So you still have an extra attack. And a shove attack a shove attack would have been your action, or you'll burn a moxie to do a shove attack now, because I don't think you can do a shove attack. Let me look at your bonus actions real quick. Bonus actions, attack.
I spent a moxie.
Shover. Oh yeah, so it'll cost you a moxie, but you can make a shove attack as a bonus action. So yeah, you burn a moxie, you trip this guy, he falls prone, you still have an extra attack.
Probably should... I don't have any movement, do I? To like get up? Stand up, because I'm on the floor too.
No, not yet. You just spent your movement running across here.
Sure. I guess if I can... You know what? Nah, I just need to get up first. I do more damage that way.
Well, you have one attack left.
Well, then I guess we'll just kick him again.
Okay. Go ahead and hit your button. Okay. 11. Yeah. So it just kind of hits his greaves, but doesn't really hurt this guy. There's like a kind of a chunk a clinking sound as you hit the metal. It'll cost you half of your movement to stand up, but go ahead and roll initiative now.
Damn.
Alright.
Not doing so great.
Initiative, and you hear some rustling in the back. these two guys are going to roll initiative as well. Okay. Whew. All right, let's do this. So first up is this guy here, who is going to come around this corner, and then seeing the two of y'all struggling and fighting and kicking, he is going to run right up to you here and make an attack against you at advantage, dealing 6 damage. You can attempt to cross counter that if you like. You can hit the reactions button if you don't remember what all it does.
I block the damage and something. Hold on. I got this. It's the block plus attack. Yep. And if I reduce damage 1d10 plus strength mod plus my level, if something or other.
So your strength mod plus your level is currently what?
5, right? 5?
Your strength mod is 5, right?
Yes.
And your pugilist level is 5, right?
Yes.
So if you're doing a d10 plus 10, then that means anytime you get less than 10 damage, like if they deal 6 or 7 damage to you, you're pretty much guaranteed. Because even if you roll a 1 on that d10, you're blocking for 11 damage at least. And that gets you your extra attack.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your fisticuffs with, it's going to be your first fisticuffs. You get your modifier on this.
That did not hit. Okay, come on.
Nice, okay. So, this guy comes and swipes at you with his axe, but as you do, you sort of like snake your arm around his and maneuver the axe away while simultaneously like just catching him in the jaw. Kind of work around and come out in a punch. Next up is the guy that you're struggling with, that you knocked prone. He is going to use half his movement to stand up, and then he is going to try and attack you as well at advantage. Oof, and he's going to crit, dealing, oh my god, and he critted on this too, so that is a total of 12 plus 3, so 15 damage to you.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, math.
You can just click the green button and do minus 15 and it'll do it for you.
Oh, that's pretty handy.
Okay, awesome. And then this last guy here, how far can he get? 7, 23, he can get to here. So there's, okay, and that's all he can do this turn. Okay, go ahead and re-roll initiative. Okay, and you can use cross counter again this round because it's a new round, you have a new reaction. Alright, so this first city guard, he is going to try and, let's see, are you on the ground right now? Yeah, he is going to try and grapple you so that you can't get back up and pin you to the ground. That's a 16. So go ahead and make a grapple shove check.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute, there's something I can do for this.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so no, so you're good there. He kind of tries to pin you down, but you're too squirmy and rolly and he just can't get it down. You're up next.
Well, I'm gonna get up first.
Okay, that costs half your movement. But you're standing on your feet.
How many guards around me? 2?
There are 2 on either side of you.
Alright, well, guy to the left, I'm gonna fisticuff and then do the extra attack. Or attack twice, I guess, rather.
Okay, you can just hit your buttons for it. And then you're gonna attack the guy beside you.
Yeah, the other dude, the secondary guy that I have not attacked, I want to burn him. Wait, he's still got a bonus action. I'm gonna attack him as a bonus attack. Or sorry, bonus action, and then I'm going to.
Okay, so this first attack, actually your very first attack, you catch this guy, and that is just all he needs. That metal just like crumples under his chin, or rather his chin crumples under the metal, and he goes down hard. And so turning to this second guy beside you, with your extra attack, that one is going to hit as well, and that one also shuts him down.
Damn.
So you still have a bonus action left and half your movement, which is 15 feet.
Can I don't know how you do that measuring thingy, but would I be able to move somewhere around here?
If you look at your tools on the toolbar on the left, it's
yes.
There's one that looks like a ruler. A ruler or a meter stick or what have you. There you go. And that lets you measure distance. There's another thing I could do where I put a grid on the map, and that makes it a little easier. I'll show you what that looks like.
Oh, so I have 15 feet left, right, to move?
Uh-huh. So see, when I put the grid on the map, it just puts it into chunks of 5, like this.
Yeah.
But since our map is so small and detailed, it's smoother just to not use the grid.
Well, let's go 7 this way, and then 7 to the left to try to intercept the dude.
Okay. You actually have a straight corner here. You can make it to this person.
Okay, well, let's go to him.
You can just go directly that way. So you're gonna run right up to this dude, and then you have a bonus action to use.
I'm just gonna try to grapple him.
Grapple him? Okay, go for it. Let's see this poor guy. Nope, he is grappled.
Yeah, good luck.
Alright, so... Okay, you could burn a Moxie if you want to try and shove him on top of that.
Ooh, this is true.
Or you can just grapple him as a free action. Because you used fisticuffs already.
Well, okay, for the sake of getting used to Moxie, yes, let's shove him to the ground.
Okay.
Is that the same button?
Yeah, it's the same button.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he rolled a 3, so he is now from these two guys. Out of there. Okay, so go ahead and re-roll initiative. Or actually, wait, I don't think that guy had gone yet. You just took the first 2 out.
Oops.
Yeah, so now it's that guy's turn, and we'll just use this initiative for the next round.
Okay.
He is prone. He's going to use half his movement to... Oh, no, that's an action. No, he's just going to try and slice at you while you've got him pinned down. And he's going to deal 6 damage.
Can I do that one thing, cross counter?
Yes, yes you can.
Let's do that.
And no matter what you roll, you reduce at least 11 damage, which is actually pretty crazy. So you will get a free attack on this guy.
That's the first fisticuffs? Second?
This is your reaction. Yeah, it's the first fisticuffs button. Jesus Christ. And you deal almost max damage on that hit and take this guy out with that single blow.
Nice.
Pretty vicious. So you're kind of panting, having just taken out these 3 guards and what was a bit of a messy flurry, and Fridjaw's just kind of watching you. Let's see, you have a total of 44 health. If you like, you could burn a Moxie to brace up. And that'll give you a little bit of temporary hit points. It costs Moxie, but it's kind of like a mini heal.
Mini heal.
What's your con mod? 2?
1 second. Yes.
And proficiency is 3, so that's 5. So if you were to brace up, you could roll your fisticuffs die, which is currently a D8. So it'd be a D8 plus 5, you get that many temporary hit points.
And the normal D8 is the fisticuffs with no mod, correct?
Right, yes. The fisticuffs no mod is what you would roll for that.
Yeah, let's do that. Get some life back.
Okay. So, let's see.
Oh.
Or you got it. Yours was actually even better. So you got a max 8 plus 5, so you have 13 temporary hit points. You can just put that in the blue there. 13, like that.
Nice.
So you'll lose that first. And the way temporary hit points work is basically they're hit points that you have. They don't count towards your maximum HP. They're the first to go when you take damage, but you can't heal them back up.
Kind of like a shield or...
Yeah, it's just like a temporary shield almost.
Yeah.
So you can now take 13 points. Wow, so that's pretty nice. What is the Pugilist Moxie level 5?
Holy shit, what if I just kept burning, like, Moxie as I got it to dispel all this temporary...
That is a thing you can do. It costs you your Moxie, but in order to get that Moxie back, you'll have to take hits, because that's how you recover your Moxie.
Yeah,
At
but if
5th level, you only have 3 Moxie points.
That's true.
So you can fight and dish it out. You could use all 3 of those Moxie points to get a shitload of health before you go fight, but you'll have to take hits before you use your abilities.
So, hits to the temporary HP won't get me Moxie back. It has to be like direct hits.
Let's see, what does it say about that? Yeah, it specifically says when an enemy creature deals damage to you that causes you to lose hit points equal to half your level or higher, in parentheses, not temporary hit points. So yeah,
okay.
you can get your Moxie back until after you burn all that.
I see.
But I mean, that might still be worth it if you're expecting to take a really hard hit.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Just a thing you can do. Okay, so it looks like you guys have cleared this out. There's some record keeping and something like that. It looks like this is probably where they keep all the records for the North Watchtower.
Well, would it be useful to find our files, maybe? And
It's useful if you think it's useful. You can roll an investigation check to try and find it.
yes, let's do that, because then they can't prove that I'm a prisoner or something or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Fritjolf will help you look for the file, so go ahead and roll it at advantage.
Investigation.
Oh my god. Alright. And go ahead and roll it again just to see if you crit. I mean, that's enough, but we'll see.
Just by some stroke of luck.
Alright, yeah, so you find your file. And you find Fritjolf's file.
Yay!
Yay! It has a record of who you are, how many times you've been here. You see you've been here, you know, like maybe 5 or 6 times. It's happened several times. And you're not, you know, you're like whatever. Then you look over at Fritjolf's record, and it's like 36 times. And he's like, well, I wasn't always good at this.
Yes, so it would seem. Too bad now, they'll never know. Have a clean slate here.
So what do you want to do with the file now that you have it?
Can I just like tuck it into my belt or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or I can put it in my arm. Let's put it in my arm.
Okay. All right. So you open your metal compartment on your arm and you slip it inside. Is there anything in your arm that you would just always keep in there?
I mean, realistically, if it was me, I'd probably have some like cigarettes and weed in there ready to go with like a lighter maybe.
Okay, so
Matches.
you probably have like some herb, you know, some kind of smoke. I'm sure it's a sprawling port city. I'm sure there's some kind of drug.
Yeah.
So if you like, there could just be some weed in there.
With like a little 1-y hitter or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Some loose stuff that you've got in there.
My arm is a dugout. I'm just kidding.
It really yeah, it is. That's some good prosthetics. So yes, so you've got some. That is actually going to be a substance called dreamweed. It is technically a poison.
Oh.
But it does what you want it to do.
Interesting.
And I can get you the stats for your dreamweed later. There are 2 doors. This way and this way.
Let's slide to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys come this way. You kind of peek in through this door, and you can see a bunch of chests and tables.
Ooh.
And Fritjolf says this is probably the room we're looking for here.
I concur.
Okay, cool. So you see there's a couple of people working inside. Looks like they're not really doing much of anything. Kind of unawares, working on, you know, inventory and, you know, sorting this evidence for this case and that kind of thing.
Well, I think at this point, Olivier is just kind of done with it, so she's just gonna, the door's open, just kind of stroll in and be like, "Oh, hi, boys. Again, if you this is your one and only chance to leave. If you value your life, please leave without attacking me, doing anything. Otherwise, let's end this quickly."
Alright. Go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage, because at this point you're spattered with blood, your knuckles are bloody.
Yeah.
You've got the look.
Intimidation.
You're a little beat up. You look like you've just kicked the asses of like 20 people. Come in panting like
Lord Jesus. Okay. That was the first one.
You got this. You got this.
For some reason, every time I try to do this shit, it never works when I'm attacking. It's just like, yup. Oh, there's the second one.
Okay, 18. That's pretty good. So these guys, they're city guards. They've got the armor. They've got all that. But you can see, these guys are clerks. They're like accountants. And they both kind of look at each other nervously, and you see one is like kind of thinking of going for his axe, but it's like he doesn't really know if he wants to do this, you know?
I'm gonna throw him a death glare.
Alright, and with that you see his hand kind of slowly rises back up again, and you kind of nod your head to the side, and both these guys kind of come over here. So what do you want to do with these guys?
I'm just gonna say that we're just looking for our shit. That is all we want, and then we will leave them be, and I'm gonna watch them as Fritjolf finds it. Or unless they can tell us where it is.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception! Fuck! My perception sucks. Because it's 0.
0. Okay, 9, not bad. Doesn't have to be high. You can smell pretty distinctly in this evidence room that there is a lot of dreamweed in here. The guards kind of nervously ask you your name.
Olivier.
Olivier?
Olivier Rousseau.
Olivier Rousseau. And they kind of look at the papers. Let me turn this guy around. Boop. Kind of look at the papers real quick, and they point over to the side. And Fritjof tells them his name, kind of muffles it, and whispers it in the ear of one of the guards, and he points across the room to another one. He goes and picks that up. And as he's picking up his thing, he kind of looks to the side and notices a large iron key sitting on the table. And he's like, wait a minute, I think that looks like the key to the lockdown we're looking for. He goes and picks up the dock key.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Good job, Fritjof.
You retrieve your items. That's gonna be 15 gold. And I think we've kept your armor at basically whatever it was, because we were saying you're essentially fully dressed. But you get your tinker's tools back, which you can use to pretty much make whatever little devices you want. That's pretty much it. Is there anything else you would have, like a dagger or like a lucky flask or something like that?
Let's think.
What personal items might you have had?
Probably a knife, if I'm being realistic, yeah, to like cut food or to do something.
Alright.
Maybe I had a... Oh shit. You know what? Maybe I had like a spiffy pipe. You know, like a long, almost like Gandalf-y pipe or something that they took from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe I'm gonna say like a hair tie or like a hair clasp thingy or just something that the Riley character maybe had and like used to tie up her hair and help her do it when she only had one hand, so that she would be able to like tie her hair up at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever like hair contraption that Riley gave her, and that was just for like sentimental reasons.
Okay. Go ahead and add that stuff to your inventory. We'll say you withdraw all that, and now these two guards are just kind of nervously looking at you. They don't really know what's going to happen with them.
Alright, so 1 second. Oh god, I can't spell. What did I just tell myself? Riley tie, I'll just do that. And then Gandalf pipe. And what else? Did I say anything else? Oh, a knife, kniffy.
A dagger.
And yeah, that's it, unless I can take more of that dreamweed.
Yeah, sure. Sitting on the table, wrapped up.
Nice, I'm taking some of that.
Grab a brick.
Yeah. Do I have like a little like side pouch or something that I can put it in?
Yeah, you would have had like a little sling or satchel or something like that.
Yeah, because I don't think I can fit all that in my arm, so.
Yeah, if you, I don't know, do you see yourself with a backpack or a satchel or something like that?
Kind of like a fanny pack, honestly.
Around your belt. Yeah, sure. So you just have like a bunch of little belt pouches, so you kind of just pack it all in there.
Yeah. Probably mostly, again, on the left-hand side, because in the beginning, that would have been where everything would have been for her.
Let me pull up the stats for Dreamweed real quick, so I can determine just how much you're going to get. Dreamweed inhaled, here we go. This is what Dreamweed does. Oh shit. As an experienced user of Dreamweed, you have advantage on your saving throws against this poison, and you just enjoy it for, recreational purposes.
Yeah.
But you have 10 doses of this.
10 doses?
Yeah, so we'll say you have 5 vials of Dreamweed, because there's 2 doses to a vial.
Alright, 5 vials.
5 vials of Dreamweed, yes.
So if I gave this to somebody else, it would poison them probably, if they weren't used to it.
Yeah, if you gave this to somebody else, it would be used as a typical poison. It's an inhalant. So, it's like a crushed up powder that you can basically just like put it and blow it in somebody's face and it'll poison them. Or if you know somebody that has a poisoner's kit, they have an inhalant canister that they can almost like throw like a grenade.
Yeah.
And it disperses it. In your case, though, you'll have to use it on one person at a time and just blow it in their face. The rules on poisons are, let me see, actually, do I have a quick link to it in the useful resources? Yes, if you look at the useful resources, there is a link that takes you straight to it.
I'm sorry, where?
In the useful resources note in your journal, it has a link to the poison system.
Useful resources. Ha. Poison system, that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a lot to dig through since you don't actually have poisons,
Yeah.
Or you don't use poisons that much.
Yeah.
But if you need to reference something you want to buy or sell, well, holy shit, that Dreamweed price is not correct. Let me change that. Okay, so what are you doing with these two guys? They're just kind of like sitting there with their hands up.
Oh, no, we just, as long as they stay still until we leave, everything is fine, and then I might try to lock the door, but they can go about their business, and hope that doesn't bite me in the ass, and they try to seek everyone on me. I don't need to kill anymore. We can just let them go and try to make our ways to the dock.
So you're just gonna leave them in here?
Yeah, why not? Unless, fuck. I could make them come with us, I suppose. Then, can we lock the door? Do they have keys?
You could certainly check them.
Well, you guys have keys, give me them, and we're gonna lock you in this room.
Fridolf comes forward and checks the both of them, withdraws their keys, and he's like, alright, they're good.
We're gonna leave now and lock the doors behind us, and eventually someone will come find you and just be happy that you walked away with your lives.
Alrighty.
I am not joking, sirs.
Yeah, no, you already succeeded on your intimidation. They totally believe you. Okay. So you guys step outside and lock the door. God damn it. I wasn't gonna say anything about them having keys. But you just had to check over them. Alright. Okay, so there's one more door here.
Alrighty. It's behind door number 3.
Okay. Y'all step through. There is a single maid who is busy washing clothes over here. She doesn't see you yet as you guys are kind of peeking at her from around these big old baskets of like laundry and such. And you see there is kind of a river, or the water rather, kind of flows under the wall, and there is what appears to be a little gated hole here for safety reasons.
Yeah.
But it seems that they do their laundry and they kind of withdraw water from this area. There's various barrels here full of like detergents and soaps and cloth softeners, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't suppose we could just sneak past her, could we?
Yeah, we could try. There's stuff here that you guys could hide behind.
Let's try to sneak past her. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try to scare the shit out of her, which hopefully should be pretty easy.
Okay, which way do you go? Where are you trying to sneak to?
Like, this a ways? To eventually, maybe... Because, I mean, honestly, I would just leave and try to go back to the docks, but maybe to sneak that way to get towards this door.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Momentum. Oops. There we go. Ugh.
11? Okay, let's see. Yeah, no, she doesn't see you. No worries. So the two of you guys sneak forward up here, and you're kind of crouching behind these barrels. And y'all just want to continue to the door. She's just continuing her work. You know, she's got a wash bin and these clothes. She kind of just absentmindedly grabs the clothes from behind her, dumps them in the wash bucket here.
Yeah,
so y'all just continue
keep on
sneaking on past. As you guys pass this little gated hole, you kind of peek down. It's not a huge hole, but it's maybe 5 feet wide. But it kind of leads down to the natural cavern area below. Which is down here.
How far of a drop is that?
It's about 30 feet. Enough to be a little freaky.
We'll probably break our bones unless we're landing in water.
Yeah, no, you can see this. Do you see this dock area down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like water right here. So you're good.
Do you know how deep the water is?
You don't know how deep the water is. But the water is falling from up there down to right here at the base. Make me a nature check.
Okay, because I've definitely jumped from like 30 feet before in the water and been fine. It's just not in shallow water. You don't break your fucking legs that way. 20 plus nature 2. Oh, Jesus.
You're really not sure how deep it's likely to be at the base of this waterfall. It could be cascading onto sharp rocks or nothing.
I'm gonna turn to Fritjolf and ask him if he feels lucky.
I always feel lucky.
Lucky enough to take a dive down this hole here?
He kind of peers down the hole. He's like, do we have to?
We don't have to, it's just the quickest way.
It is, yeah, we could do that. We could go back the way we came, too.
So there's nothing. Why did we come in here then? Damn it, sneaky lady. Oh, man. How long would it take to get... You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Fritjolf, I'll meet you down there, and if I am dead, I give you permission to take my things. And if I am injured, please help me.
He kind of raises his eyebrows. He's like, are you sure?
No, I'm not, but I'm going to do it.
Okay, so do you just like hop over and toss yourself down?
Oh, it's a well, or is it like a grate in the floor?
It's like a pit where the water is kind of has naturally just like it's fenced off for safety purposes, so people don't just like slip down this hole. But this is
Well,
just where the water is running down into the cavern below.
does it look like I can slip through without getting hurt too much? Like, can I like kind of use my feet to shimmy my way down until I have to drop, or is it just kind of like a water slide where I'm just like, whoop?
No, this is like the ceiling of this cavern, and it's just like a hole, and the water has just naturally kind of carved this little hole out of the earth as it flows past in the river, or in the ocean rather.
Would I be able to slip through though and just fall naturally without getting hit by anything?
Yeah, you could just like jump down the hole. You want to do that?
Yep. Let's feet together, arms tight. Let's go.
Okay. So
Super duper paratrooper style.
you copy there, and you might have gone blind for a second. There you go. You are now down here. So there's a few moments where you're sort of falling through the air, and it's like that, and then you splash in the water. You do manage to land safely in the water, and you kind of come up like coughing, and the water feels good. You know, it's the first time you've bathed since you've
Yeah.
been here stuck, and you just kind of like swim around a little bit. Seems like you're good to go.
You think I could rest while I wait for Fridio? Unless he follows behind me?
Yeah,
Or can I like shout to him that it's okay?
So you come up from the bottom, and you yell, "It's okay!" And you're in a cavern, and it kind of echoes around. It's okay. It's okay. And this lady turns around and looks up, and Fritjolf is just standing there, kind of like wide-eyed and panic-stricken. And
Sorry,
he
Virgil.
just turns and bolts for the door. And she kind of stands there in confusion, and she's gonna come over to this hole here, and or actually I don't know if you can see everything up here, but she comes back to the hole, and she's kind of looking around. She sees you swimming down there, and you just hear this old lady's voice call out, "Are you okay down there?"
I'm doing swimmingly.
Do you need any help?
Thank you for your concern. Whoa.
Okay. And she just kind of goes back to washing her laundry. Meanwhile, you are just kind of stuck swimming around down here. There's not much for you to do. You can come up on land if you like.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a short rest. I don't know how long it'll take him to get here.
You know what? You can do a short rest. Go ahead and take a short rest. You can use any hit die if you want to recover.
Wait.
So it takes longer than you would expect, right?
Yeah, so how do just to roll D20 or something? No, D8? Or wait. Do I get HP back at all or no?
So you're level 5, and you use what to roll your hit dice? A D8?
Yeah. Hit dice, yeah, 1d8.
Okay. So it takes longer than you would expect, and you're not sure why. But give me a second here. takes longer than you might expect, but eventually there's a click at the door, and this big iron door opens up, and it's like, and Fritjof steps through, and then behind him enter
God damn it, Fritjof.
a horde of people that you recognize to be the Fastener prisoners
Oh, nice.
that were locked up in there. And
I don't know if we have a big enough boat.
And Fritjof kind of points at you, and he's like, she's the one who's getting us all out of here. And they all like kind of cheer, you know, seeing you, and they clap, and then Fritjof's like, okay, let's get out of here, and he jumps into the water, and all these people start like, you know, they all jump into the water behind him. And
a little boat.
And Fritjof takes out swimming out of this cavern this way with everybody in tow.
Oh, hilarious.
How many people did he just credit you with saving?
That looks like a lot.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. If I didn't miscount that. 22 fasteners. Oh, wow.
I saved more people than I incapacitated.
So, you guys all swim out of here, and Fritjof kind of instructs everybody like to keep their heads down for the archers. But you guys manage to all break out of this prison, and that is going to put you. Give me 1 second. On this map. This very large map. And you guys are essentially over here. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you guys are. And y'all are swimming, and you make a very long Alcatraz swim to the shore over here. To the tits of Uptown, which you know to be the seedier part of town. So you're back here, and just like, God, does it feel so good to just be back out in the light, and to not be stuck in that damp, miserable cell anymore. And Fritjof says, he's like, there's somebody I gotta introduce you to, like right now. Will you please come with me?
Aye, Fritjof.
Alright, so Fritjof leads you through the tits of Uptown, which you're very familiar with. You pass the Gambler's Den here. You guys made a midnight escape, so Uptown is very, very alive right now. Even though it's late at night, it smells like food, and there's fist fights breaking out in the street. It's like Dirty Six, essentially. The Fox's Den right here, there's women, you know, like calling out and, you know, flirting with everybody. And the Salty Spittoon over here, you see a bunch of tough guys, you know, like being tough and whatnot. And so you move down the tits of Uptown, which is your favorite seedy part of town, towards the Squid's Eye. And Fritjof steps inside, where he begins speaking with, let me see, can you see this guy, Arlon? Yeah.
You can see his face.
You see his face?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys come in here. You might need to zoom in for this, because you gotta zoom in a lot for this map. And he's talking to this guy Arlon for a second, and then he calls you over, and he says, "This is her. I've never seen anything like it. She took out like half the tower. I never would have believed it could be real if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes." And I just like, and you're both covered in water, and your knuckles are still like bleeding on your left hand. It's very clear. How much health do you have? You're at like what, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious that you have just kicked the shit out of a lot of people, and you look every bit the part. Arlon says, and I hear we also have you to thank for freeing all of our people from the prison, is that right?
All I did was beat people up. That's what Fritjof says, but...
Well, we could use somebody with combat skills like yours. Tell you what, why don't you swing by about this time... No, swing by around mid-afternoon or so. We'll send a message for you guys, and I'd like to contract you, if possible. A bit of DM to player here. The hunters are basically like a mercenary guild, right?
Okay.
It's just like the hunters. If you are a hunter, you are essentially a contracted mercenary, and they will get hunters to do everything from like security jobs to acquisition, literally going out and hunting or dealing with like a monster, that sort of thing. You're essentially adventurers. You dig? Okay. So he's like, I would like to offer you a contract. And you're like, hey, work sounds pretty good, because I got 15 gold on me.
Yeah.
And I drink a lot.
Yeah.
So he's like, we'll send for you tomorrow, but I'd like you to come back. We would really like to extend our gratitude. In the meantime, I would like to, well, first buy you a drink.
I will do that, yes sir.
No, I have not prepared this yet. Okay. So he says, yeah, just come back tomorrow and we'll get you taken care of. But like, thank you for saving so many of our people.
Think nothing of it.
And Fritjof says, I've got some of these as well. And he sort of holds up some of the keys that he'd taken. And Arlen cocks an eyebrow and he says, oh, well, then we have business to discuss. And Fritjof kind of grins his little street rat grin, and you guys, they kind of just, y'all end up like drinking for the rest of the night. But that's essentially what we're doing here. You and I'm sure you're smoking plenty of your dream weed.
Yes.
But yeah, that was essentially your tutorial. We'll go ahead and call it right there as far as the game goes. But yeah, so how do you feel about your character? Do you feel like you know how to play her at this point?
I would say, obviously, I still need to get better, but I think as far as...
Seems like you've got a grip on it.
Yeah, like being able to do stuff, yeah, like I got the basics down for sure, but it's just, being able to remember all the details and when best to implement them.
Don't worry about that too much. You'll get it down with time. You'll just come across a situation and be like, oh, hey, I have an ability that is relevant to this.
Yes. If I learned one thing, though, just beat them up. Just keep attacking them, and I'll probably knock them out in a few hits.
Yeah, beat them up, ambush them. Ambush people any chance you get, because
beat them when they're up, beat them when they're down.
Yeah, you are very much an ambush character.
I do like her, though. I like that she can just like, I got you! Smash, smash, smash.
Yeah. Very much a punchy character. You can certainly become good at other things. You can spend your downtime working on a skill, studying a language, knowledge, working with your tinker's tools. If you're like, hey, I have an idea, I want to see if I can, make the basic framework of like a grenade, or I'd like to make X modification to my arm, I'll be like, yeah, sure, you can start making work towards that. Go ahead and start making rolls for tinker's checks and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to expand your character.
like turning my arm also into a crossbow. Like a little crossbow pops out and it's
Yeah, if that's something you want to work on, you can certainly start making headway towards that. You'll basically spend long rests making a tinkerer's check. If that's something you would like to do, I will let you make your first check towards that right now.
Oh. That was kinda, I don't know, my.
Oh dear.
Maybe it'd be more useful to do something else, but that also sounds fun because then I could attach a rope to it. If I had a rope.
Yeah.
That could be useful.
Yep, that is what tinkerer's tools are for. It's for basically engineering little shit. So if you're like, you know what, I want to have a grappling hook crossbow built into my arm, then you know what, by God, start working on it. And, and you'll eventually be able to just fire a shot out of your arm and climb up that rope.
Nice, yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll a tinkerer's tools check. That's going to be an intelligence check. Let me see. How are we doing there? I'll figure it out. Just make an intelligence check plus your proficiency for the time being.
Okay, intelligence check plus proficiency.
So that's just flat intelligence, so whatever your intelligence mod is, plus your proficiency, which I believe is 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is that right?
What'd you roll? Yeah. A 19. Okay, cool. So go ahead and mark down 1 success towards that project.
All right. Let me.
And if you can decide where you want to keep track of the things you invest in, but you'll start accruing successes towards completing that.
Okay, 1 second. Tinkerer's project.
So you get nice and shit-faced on the generosity of the Fasteners, who you definitely recognize these people to be, given all their green cloaks. You know enough about what's going on in the city to recognize these people.
Mm-hmm.
How does your character feel about the Fasteners, by the way?
Well, I think she only has Fritjolf to go comparison to, and she's fond of him, so I guess fond.
Okay, so she's like, you know, I'm pretty impartial about the Fasteners, but I like this kid. I'm okay with helping this kid out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna again try to make her neutral. It's not really the establishment or the organization. She didn't give a fuck about that. It's who does she like personally, and like that's who she's willing to help and protect, not necessarily whatever. But through Fritjolf, if the Fasteners and whomever did ask her to do something, she might probably do it just because of him. So. But it's because of him.
Okay. Well, the Fasteners also did just offer to contract you.
That's true. So,
for future
it'd be in my favor.
Yeah. So he's definitely setting you up to for some solid work, and you've got some people who are pretty indebted to you, seeing as you just freed 22 of their men from the prison.
Yeah. Get my foot in your door.
It's pretty major, yeah. So your character is actually nicely settled in now. You got job offers, you're free, you kind of have an idea of how to play your character, you're working on stuff.
It's a brand new day.
Which I will add, yeah, so we will pick up with that soon. Is there anything you would like to expand upon? Or any aspect of your character you'd like me to focus on as far as my writing goes?
Let's see.
I mean, you don't have to come up with something on the fly. The beginning of the game in D&D is when players know their characters the least, because they've had they haven't had any RP sessions and that kind of thing, which is why trying to make players talk to each other at the very start of the game is a little harder to do for new players. Because they're like, I don't know what my character thinks about anything, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I suppose, because I feel like, again, she's pretty neutral. I'm gonna try to make her true neutral. So it's just kind of whatever whim she follows. But I think maybe to make it again more realistic, the fact that she has suffered trauma, and does drink because of it, like maybe every once in a while there'll be like something that like triggers something that might trigger the PTS, or just something that takes her back to that moment where she's like starting to panic and has to like focus for a second before she can do whatever, or like I don't know, something that normally wouldn't bother someone else like bothers her and instead, freaks her out for a second.
So what kind of triggers might that be? Like
Well, honestly, I feel like the prison would be one, but it's because, whatever, probably not.
Because of how violent it was. So maybe like extreme violence or witnessing violence sort of triggers.
But she is a violent person.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, she punches the shit out of people and crits on them, so... Or maybe like, for example, if being in crowds is okay, but maybe many people packed in around her, like pushed into her, almost like a mosh type of thing.
She gets kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, like not necessarily small spaces, but more like...
Because she was pinned before. That was how she lost her arm. Was
like the inability to move, not just like the idea of claustrophobia, but the fact that like she's constricted and can't do anything.
Okay, that actually works pretty well with your ability, which is that you're better at escaping grapples, so you can kind of flavor that and just being like, oh, she just... Olivier hates when people grapple her.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason that she's so good at getting away from other people's grapples is because she just can't stand it.
Yeah, because it just, brings her back to when everyone was tearing her arm off, and then everyone died. The one guy.
Okay.
Or anything maybe, that, like, relates to, like, the word griffin or something. Or if she sees a griffin, she's just like, oh, fuck. No, he's dead.
We'll come up with something. And we can dig deeper into that, like, maybe something that would remind her of him, like maybe a particular emblem on his shield, or a particular phrase maybe he used to say back in the day. You can, if you come up with an idea for something like that, I can write it in.
Okay.
But cool, I think we've got this going pretty well so far. You may have noticed this is going to be an RP heavy campaign, where you will be talking to people and interacting with others. A lot of this was combat just now, but you had some pretty awesome RP experiences, talking to the old lady and intimidating the clerks.
Trying to give my cup to the gods.
Yeah, keep in mind you still have that inspiration. Yeah, you offered the cup to the gods.
I can go put gold in it now.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't want to go back in that building.
Okay, cool. So this is...
the lady didn't even like bat an eye. She's just like, you okay? Do you need help? No? Okay.
Yeah. She's old. She's just like, I don't know what these kids are doing, but...
Right?
Going for a swim.
Yeah.
These silly guards.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This isn't the time for a swim.
She's got laundry to deal with. She wanna chat with the kiddos. But yes, this is the city of Port Hildian. I guess while we're here, let me give you a quick rundown. What you just escaped from, 8 over here, is the North Watchtower in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay.
That's like the stockade, the barracks of the city guard. This... Let me see if I can maybe do like a bright purple arrow. If you zoom out, you'll probably have an easier time seeing it. But like this area, Port Hildian up here, or maybe I shouldn't do that, I'll just indicate like this. 9 around here, this is what's called Uptown. It's, despite being called Uptown, it's because it's the northern part of town, it's like the seedy, dirty sixth area where all the sketchy stuff happens. There's gambling there, prostitution, that kind of thing. And then by contrast, you see there's like a kind of this walled off area here between where Uptown kind of circles around, and then there's like this, there's like a nice residential part of town, and then you've got like City Hall, that's number 6 there.
Okay.
Beneath that are There's like a big old fish market down here.
Nice.
Some gypsies set up camp over here. Commercial fishing area. 5 to the left over here. This is the Duke's Keep. You'll probably be coming here a lot, just to interact with, like, you know, the Duke treasure, any of that. 10 over here. Industrial is like plants, that kind of thing, mining, so forth.
Okay.
3 is the industrial district, shipping containers, that kind of thing. And then once you get to like the middle half of town downward, the central branch on the left is like the main entrance to Port Hildian from the land. And the other characters are at an inn currently down here, the Manticore's Tail.
Wait, ¿dónde?
It's right here. You see that?
Oh, yeah, found it.
Cool. The southern branch, and then this kind of residential area that kind of curls underneath the market district. This is like the poorer part of town. And the southern branch down here, this is where a lot of livestock and like the animals are. West of this town, there's a bunch of like foresty, jungle type terrain.
Okay.
Market district here is where you can pretty much buy whatever you want to buy. There's a shop for almost everything. This is a sprawling port city. And then lastly, one over here. Actually, let me see. If you want to zoom in on one, this is where my dudes. Here's Master Rethimus, because one is the Craftsmen's Guilds.
Nice.
And then where's the icon for the other guy? Master Algrid. I actually made one for him. Characters. Algrid. Where are you? Where did I put that guy? There he is. That's gonna look really big at first. I'll shrink it down to size. And that's Master Algrid there.
I don't know if I see him.
Oh shit, never mind, I put him on the wrong layer. Boop. Should be able to see him now.
Oh, yep, you're right. He is giant.
Yeah, I gotta shrink his icon down. So Master Algrid and Master Rethimus, these are the two guys. One belongs to the Engineers Guild, the other belongs to the Smiths Guild. But these are the guys that took care of your arm, working together with you. And they are very, very proud of this basically revolutionary thing they've created.
Should probably go visit them from time to time as well, huh?
Yeah, Master Algrid is the one who kind of got you set up with the Tinkerer's tools. Because like that's his whole thing, is he's an engineer.
Yeah.
And he's the one who helps you with your maintenance. If you damage your arm or something like that, you can come back to Algrid or Rethimus. Rethimus might be able to help you like fix a part, whereas Master Algrid might be able to help you like correct an error somewhere in there, you know. But these guys are your dudes. They have entries in the journal if you'd like to see, you know, more about them.
Okay.
They will be under characters, NPCs, Port Hildian, and then Master Rethimus and Master Algrid are there. Well, Master Rethimus is not, but he will be soon. Okay, cool. So now, I just want to knock that out real quick. Quick rundown of the city. Don't worry if you forget anything. The other players know. I'll pick it back up for you.
Right.
Okay, cool. Well, that pretty much wraps up our session. What do you think? Have you enjoyed yourself so far? You seem to like your character?
I do, absolutely.
Cool.
And I feel like she's not. Again, yeah, I'm happy with the character. I feel like I can do the things that I want to do, you know.
Okay.
Except for the random low rolls on the stupid persuasions and intimidation.
Yep, it happens. It certainly happens, and you're always free to just use your own dice if it's frustrating you too much.
No.
None of us are gonna sweat it too much. Oh, you have an extremely strong in-combat presence. Do you have a character play sheet at all? Or one of, let me see, one of these, or one of the red character sheets. I'll post the link in chat here to the drive.
I'm writing everything down on my remarkable.
Okay. When you get time, just at whatever point, if you could fill out a character sheet for me, and keep it under the Hunter's PCs folder, this allows me to reference what you can do. And it helps me keep track of what your abilities are, what you're good at, what you're bad at, what languages you speak, so on and so forth.
Blank character thingy.
Uh-huh.